Hi guys, it's Janae and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reacting to an AvenueX video for the first time. It is one of the lip reading videos and I believe this one includes all the lip reading up until episode 15, which is why I decided to wait to watch it, and which is why I'm watching it now that I've finally actually watched episode 15. So I am super freaking excited for this because honestly some of you have been kind enough to leave some of the things that I've missed in the comments below, but still I can't wait to see her analysis of it. I so badly want to watch more of her videos, but obviously I don't want to be spoiled, so the link to the original video will be in the description below in case you guys are interested in watching it. And then I do want to say a quick and massive thank you to ALLISON JORDON JASPER OSBORNE, all my amazing patrons. But now, without further ado, let's get into today's video.
This is my first video on 山河令, Word of Honors, actual lines spoken. Hi, you're watching AvenueX, where Zhengtian and good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. As I love that. This video, the drama has aired.
Okay, but just before we actually get into it, I just have to say her outfit is gorgeous. She looks amazing.
15 episodes. So if the later episodes of this drama contain more interesting, important, changed lines that they did in ADR, I will make further videos. That is my promise. As you may have noticed, most of the main characters are dubbed with voice actors, and they got quite a number of significant changes happening to pass censorship. But there's nothing to stop people from lip reading it and find out what's actually spoken when they film the drama. So in this video, I will talk about the ones that have been widely spotted and then circulated on internet in China. So it's definitely not just due to the credit of me. It is mostly due to the credit of very, very observant netizens. And in this video, I will pick out the lines that got changed later in dubbing that are significant to the meaning and to the conversation of the characters. There are more smaller changes, but they are not really affecting the plot or the character development. The ones that I do point out are the really delicious ones. Let's do it chronologically. First, we have two lines happening in episode 3. I will put the time code on the screen so that you can go and watch the particular scene. Wen Kexing has a line commenting on Zhou Zishu saying 绝非凡品. Definitely not with an ordinary character or quality. But actually what was spoken by the actor was 必是美人, must be
beautiful person.
Beauty. Literal translation would be beautiful person. And in this drama, you will see Wen Kexing multiple times reuse this word to describe Zhou Zishu.
I think they actually maybe left that one in the version I watched, because that seems more familiar than the other line that she said replace that.
Mostly it got overdubbed with something like 非凡 or 绝非凡品. At the end of the episode, when they were at this hotel place and they ended up in the courtyard, Wen Kexing talked to Zhou Zishu and saying, I'm pretty sure when I take down this skin of yours, inside of it there must be a hidden huge surprise. 里面一定藏着个好大好大的惊喜. But that's a dubbed line. The actual line spoken by the actor was 里面一定是一副罕见的美人胚子. Inside it must be a very rare, beautiful person. And 美人胚子, just another word for 美人, but more specifically saying you're kind of naturally born with it. Because the word 胚子 means the base of a chinaware, a ceramic, before it got through the fire. It's still in its clay stage, hasn't been fully processed.
That's really cool.
The necessary element is already there. Then let's move on to the next episode, episode 4. Around the middle of it, when they were by a lake and then
it's so weird because I wouldn't think that would be something with censorship. I mean, I could see it, but also it seems like such a general comment that, you know, most girls would get away with saying that to another girl as a friend, but because they're guys, it's like dodgy or something. You know, and I know obviously it's because there is the underlying romance that is trying to be censored away, but just like most girls, you could pass that off as, oh no, she's just being friendly, and then with guys it's kind of like, oh, that's weird.
Just fought off this person with a pipa. Zhou Zishu returned the xiao to Wen Kexing. Wen Kexing said something. 只不过嘛， 阿旭，你武功这么高，五音缺不全？有空我再教教你。But the thing is, 阿旭。Your martial arts, your skills is so impeccable, but you don't have an ear for music. When I get a moment, I'll
remember
teach.
that.
But what was actually spoken by Gong Jun at the time was, 只不过嘛，阿旭，你人长得俊，箫却吹得不怎么样。有空我再教教你。So the first part is the same, 只不过嘛, which means, but the thing is, 阿旭，你人长得俊，阿旭 you are good looking. 箫却吹得不怎么样 but your playing of 箫 is not very good. The last part is the same. When I get time, I'll teach you. I think this is done for the purpose of taking out that flirtatiousness and also 箫却吹得不怎么样 吹 blow actually in Chinese slang is the same meaning as the word blow in English slang, and you know, holding a pipe shaped thing and blowing. That's as far as I can go for this video. You know what I mean. So I'm sure they're trying to take that.
That's brilliant. Oh my word. No, because I was about to say, like, they left in quite a lot of flirtation, so the fact that that was one thing that was like too much was strange to me, but now that she explains that part, it makes more sense.
Connotation out as well. Well. Naughty. Moving on to episode 6, a lot of lines were spoken that got changed, but everybody noticed that. When they were fighting off all those zombies, Wen Kexing was under the influence of that incense and he got back to his mind as a kid. And he jumped on the back of Zhou Zishu and said, 你要背我娘的蝴蝶骨最美了 literally means, mother, your shoulder blades are the most beautiful. But what was actually spoken by the actor at the time is 子叔背我，子叔的蝴蝶骨最美了 Yeah, that's very obvious. You can tell like the lip really doesn't sync up. Then when they got out of it and then got back on the lake again, it's like they don't have extra set. This is a very poor production. Same lake. Wen Kexing is trying to clean up Zhou Zishu's wound on the back, and they had this conversation. Wen Kexing said, 和我逞什么英雄，被我扶一把不丢人 which means don't play hero in front of me. It wouldn't make you lose face if you let me help you. And Zhou Zishu shouts back with 撑你奶奶的胸 which is a slang that's usually used in very northern part of China. 奶奶的胸 literally means your grandmother's bear. Okay, it doesn't make sense because it's a slang. It actually doesn't mean grandmother's bear. It pretty much means like heck with it. You know, what heck of it, hero? What is that? What's actually spoken here was 温客行 said, 英雄救美就是这样，被我扶一把不丢人 which is hero saving a beauty is just like this. You don't lose face by having me help you. 英雄救美 hero saving beauty is a very common idiom in Chinese. It's pretty much the Chinese version of saving damsel in distress. And then Zhou Zishu's actual reply to that was 怕不是美人救英雄 I'm afraid it's actually beauty saving. Wen Kexing was saying he is the hero, and then Zhou Zishu is the beauty that got saved. Whereas Zhou Zishu is replying,
I'm not
no,
scared.
it's actually the other way around. I saved you. But the funny thing is, he said 怕不是美人救英雄 So he's kind of acknowledging that he is the beauty in the hero and beauty relationship. The next day.
Oh my word, that's hilarious.
They went back to check out the fighting marks in the bamboo forest. There's this most famous scene up to this point that got super overdubbed that just have some lines that definitely wouldn't pass censorship. So, important scene. Pay attention. Wen Kexing approaching Zhou Zishu from the back and saying, 我重金求购，你要什么都行. I'll spend a lot of money to buy that. Whatever you want, I'll give you. What was actually spoken by Wen Kexing at the moment was, 我重金求购，以身相许. 以身相许 means giving your physical body to somebody, a common concept in ancient China, which is if somebody did you such a great favor that you literally give yourself to them. Mostly happening to a woman.
Yeah, I've seen that trope in some stories.
Marrying the man, kind of like returning the favor. So I become yours. I give my body.
I think I saw that in one of the novels that I recently read. I'm gonna hopefully be making a video about that. So
to you, pretty much calling marriage type of stuff. So basically, Wen Kexing said, "I'll give myself to you." Then their conversation moved to the point when Zhou Zishu questioned what was actually in your mind last night when you were under the influence of that.
I remember this one. This one, I think, was the first one that a lot of people commented to me about in the comments of that actual video. So this one I more or less remember, but I'm still intrigued to see you explain it.
What did you see? In the dubbed version, Wen Kexing said, when I was little, I put a dead rat on my mother's bed. Then it was found out by her, and she chased me through 3 different streets trying to beat me up. And when you look at Zhou Zishu's very shocked and kind of offended reaction, it doesn't make sense, because what was actually spoken, 我和我的心上人 洞房花烛，巫山陶然忘忧，不亦乐乎。
That laugh. I feel you. Oh my wish, and then I'm dying. Okay, sorry, focus.
Me and my 心上人, the person on my heart, so the person I love. 洞房花烛, bridal chamber, the marriage night room. 花烛, the red candle, pretty much means doing what you should be doing on the night of your wedding. 共赴巫山, going to the Wu mountain together. Now here is a test for my long-term audiences. I've already explained this in my previous videos, talking about poetry references in dramas. If you still remember, Wushan is a mountain that is around the 3 gorgeous region in China. And in China's mythology and also literature reference, it is a mountain where a goddess resides. Going to the Wu mountain or Wu mountains, 云, yu, cloud, and ring is a euphemism for having sex. And the person I love on our wedding.
I love just the way she says it and then like laminates it by hitting the fan on her hand.
Doing 陶然忘忧不亦乐乎. 陶然忘忧 means you are in a state of bliss and you forget all the worries. 不亦乐乎 also means so happy that there's just no more happiness that can be compared to this. Talking about like pushing it to the limit. Episode 8, very funny.
They pushed it to the limit, but they kind of pushed too far because that was removed. But still, it's brilliant. It's kind of insane to think all the things that they really tried so hard to include.
Having this big day out, pretty much like dating on the market. Wen Kexing acting as a child. He tried to grab Zhou Zishu's hand, and Zhou Zishu, don't touch me. In the dubbed version, Wen Kexing said, 大不了我以后供你驱策, which means no big deal. I'll let you order me around in the future. And Zhou Zishu replied, 那就请你圆润的滚远点. Then why don't you just get lost? But it's not what's actually spoken when they filmed it. 大不了我把下半辈子卖给你. It's no big deal. I will sell the rest of my life to you. And Zhou Zishu's reply,
like give myself to
get
you.
Lost, he actually said, 好啊，那就把你卖去青楼. Then I'll sell you to a brothel. And
wow.
Ruthless. Then at the end of episode 11, when they managed to save Chengli, and they were again at this like by a river kind of like bush or woods place, they sat down. And Wen Kexing said something about himself, which literally means going through a flower bush of 10,000 flowers and then picking 1,000 of it. But what's actually spoken is 万花丛中过，只摘你一朵, which means going through the 10,000 flowers bush and only picking the flower that is you. This is a very famous Chinese idiom again that got adapted. The original idiom is 万花丛中过，片叶不沾身, which means going through that flower bush and not even one piece of leaf gets stuck to your clothes. This idiom is used to describe people who basically sleeps around and never make any commitment. In the opening scene of episode 12.
Okay, so am I misunderstanding it? So basically it's like, oh, that was the idiom, but then I choose you. Is that it? I feel like I'm missing something here.
Are having that heart-to-heart conversation again by the lake that they've used for 1,000,000 times. Zhou Zishu said,
I'm fine with that lake. It's fine.
Ours, which is pretty much close to 30. It's very hard to lay our heart bare to each other, but I want to take the first step. I want to believe that you are the person I recognize. 你是我认识的人. That's the version you will see in the drama, which doesn't quite make sense. Well, if you pay attention, they've changed one character. What was actually spoken by Zhou Zishu at the moment was 你是我认定的人 instead of 认识的人. 认 means recognize. 识 also means recognize. So I recognize you. But 认定 定 means confirmed or assured. When you say 我认定了某人, I 认定 somebody, that pretty much is like I don't have any other person. You are the only one. And it has no direct reference to romantic involvement of anything. It can be used at different occasions. Pretty much means you are the only person that I pick for whatever purpose that in the context of our conversation.
But here, I mean, like, in the context that is that.
你是我认定的人. Yeah, you get it. It pretty much means you're the only person that I And that will make a lot of sense because later in the same episode you'll see them sitting by the street and having that very let's enjoy the sunshine.
That was a beautiful scene, honestly.
That literally made my heart go.
Mine too.
They brought that up, and Wen Kexing said, "What is special about me that you think I am your 认定的人?" And then Zhou Zishu replied, "Why?" And you watch their mouth; they actually used 认定. So it makes sense because earlier on, by the lake, they said 认定, and now they said 认定. Whereas in the dubbed version, it's 认识, literally means just somebody you know, which does not make sense for the context and for the plot, and made a lot of people confused. Then close to the end of this episode, 故乡 is in 岳阳派, and she's walking in the courtyard and she's talking to herself and saying, "What is happening to my master? Ever since he ran into Zhou Zishu, he doesn't even care about what he needs to do." And in the dubbed version, you will hear her saying, 周子舒莫不是给他下了药吧? Which means, could it be that 周子舒 drugged him?
I remember that. That was very strange.
So that he's acting so out of his character. But the actual line spoken by the actress, 那姓周的莫不是个狐狸精吧? That guy with the surname Zhou, could it be that he is a fox demon? It's the Asian tradition of believing fox can turn into very beautiful woman to lure men and then eat up their life essence and that type of thing. So she is definitely correct in her assessment of the relationship. Clearly, Wen Kexing is totally head over heels. This production crew is very ambitious. They really write very direct stuff, and they filmed it, and they know later we can just use dubbing magic to deal with that. But I can tell they're really intentionally doing it because for all those lines that got caught by people, they all give you the shots of the mouth clearly of the actors speaking, and people who are good at lip reading can totally decipher what's actually spoken. And most of those very famous lines have already been dubbed in China by people who have good voices, who know how to do CB work. And the very sad thing for me is I really want to dub over those scenes. When I noticed them, I was like, oh my god, the actual line spoken is so but I'm a woman. There's no way that I can fake my voice as an adult man. It's just physically impossible, and it makes me very sad. That will come.
Yeah, we need someone to like put something like that out there. I wish there was someone who would volunteer for that, because that would be awesome to see.
Conclude my first video on what's actually spoken in the drama Word of Honor, where all the secret sugars are hidden.
Okay, yeah, so that is it. That was very interesting. That was so good, and I love the way she like analyzed it and took the time to explain things and show you like the side by side of what was said versus what was actually said. So I think the video is very well done, and it was just awesome to see. That was so epic. I can't wait to watch more once I've like caught up to the correct episodes to be able to watch the next one of those videos. But that was so good, and it's hilarious, and she's very funny. Like, I love that. But also on a total side note, I find it so hilarious in like a very depressing way, listening to her talk about the characters now, knowing how badly I'm butchering their names. it kind of hurts me a little bit. But anyway, I think she did an absolutely amazing job, and yeah, I can't wait for the next installments in this. I really hope I'll be able to react to those as well, but obviously I do have to wait first to get to a point where they won't spoil me. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and otherwise I'll see you guys again next time. 再见。